Hello, writers. My name is Elijah Lee. When it comes to advice on script dialogue, the old chestnut, show don't tell, is one of the most oft repeated out there. However, it can be deceptively hard to put it into practice. In this video, you'll learn how to finally master the show, not tell method. And without further ado, cue the intro. So let's dive in. What does show, don't tell mean? In its simplest form, show, not tell means letting your characters reveal their thoughts and emotions through images and actions rather than words. The tell is the line of dialogue or a conversation. The writer tells the audience what the characters are thinking or feeling by what they say. The show is the visual image or action that replaces it. The writer shows the audience what the characters are thinking or feeling by what they do. Aspiring screenwriters often spend hours honing pages and pages of dialogue when in fact the whole conversation could be replaced by a single visual image. This is showing, not telling. So here's a few show, don't tell examples. Taking a character's line of dialogue, the tell, and replacing it with a look, the show. Taking a monologue and replacing it with an action. Taking a whole conversation and replacing it with a visual scene. But I get it, you're saying to yourself, but what's so great about this method? The natural inclination among many new and aspiring screenwriters is to let their characters talk and talk and talk as much as they want. This stems from the fact that when you watch a movie, it can seem like this is all it is, characters talking. However, letting characters indulge in conversations that don't need to be had results in a happy-go-lucky, conflict-free style of dialogue known as shooting the breeze. Precious screenplay real estate is wasted as characters sit around having a pleasant conversation about things that don't really matter. Not only does this almost always result in dialogue-heavy script, but also in conversations that feel wooden and on the nose. This is because attempting to move the narrative forward primarily through dialogues feels forced. Characters end up talking a lot about how they feel, revealing information through a Q&A session, and explaining plot developments, which feels unrealistic because that's not how people talk and interact in real life. This is where show, don't tell comes in. Once you master this method, it will be that much easier to see where to cut unnecessary dialogue and replace with visual images and action. And this is usually a good thing, as film is, as you know, a visual medium in which the primary way we learn about characters is through what they do rather than what they say. It's a character's actions that clue us in on who they are and what they want, not their words. So I want to give you guys examples from pro screenwriters and break down what they did right and what could have gone wrong.
Every day I tell myself not to look. But then I look.
Are you alone?
Yeah. No, come. It's all yours. Oh, baby's so cute.
Oh, thank you.
Baby. Is it a boy?
Yeah.
So sweet. How old is he?
6 months.
6 months. So sweet.
If Aaron Wilson had approached this scene from The Girl on the Train through telling rather than showing, it would likely show Rachel talking to a friend somewhere, like in a coffee shop or in her apartment. We would hear Rachel talk about the cute baby she met on the train and how the mom moved away when she realized she had been drinking. Then the friend would advise Rachel to do something about her drinking, like to go to an AA meeting or so on. Instead, Wilson employs show don't tell method by visually reinforcing one of Rachel's flaws, that she's an alcoholic, by making her drunk in public and giving us a very awkward situation on a train. At the same time, by showing Rachel interact with the baby, we got a much better idea of how she yearns to be a mother and would probably make a good one too. This is far more effective than if she had said, "I'd like to be a mother someday," or "I would be a good mother." But all this is fine and well, but you need to learn how to perform a show don't tell audit on your script. A good way to learn how to show don't tell is to always start by thinking, what's the purpose of this scene? What do I want to show to the audience? A good way to do that is to visualize what your characters want and figure out a way to show that to the audience in the most visually interesting way possible. Visualize what you want to express and brainstorm the different ways that you can show that to the audience. Go through every conversation in the script and do the following. Ask yourself what you're trying to reveal to the audience. See where this information could be revealed by the characters doing things rather than talking about them. Look for instances of carefree shooting the breeze conversations. In most cases, if your characters are talking and there isn't much pressure being put on them, they're not being made to feel uncomfortable in any way and nothing much is at stake, then it generally means the dialogue can be cut in favor of a visual. Once you begin to approach scenes from the show don't tell perspective instead of a dialogue perspective, a ton of possibilities arise for much more interesting scenes and ultimately a much more interesting screenplay. This doesn't mean you want to apply the show don't tell method to every scene. Dialogue is important to a script. Just look at Pulp Fiction. Opens on a long conversation between inept gangsters. It's perfectly fine to have dialogue drive your scene, but it should be a stylistic choice. We don't want to hear about these crazy incidents and people's thoughts and feelings. We want to actually see them because it allows us to better relate to the characters. Thank you, writers. That's all the time we have for today. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And please, if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment and a like. And if you want to check out more, click right here. My name's been Elijah Lee. This is Script Reader Pro, and I'll see you guys next time.